Alright guys, so this video is about subwoofer impedance. When you're wiring your subwoofers, once you receive them and your amplifier, you may have gotten two, and if that's the case, you need to know how to wire them. What impedance is resistance, and basically you're going to buy an amplifier and it'll say it'll do, say 500 watts at 4 ohms. At 4 ohms, 1,000 at 2 ohms, or maybe something like 2,000 at 1 ohm. But okay, basically we'll start with the basic subwoofer, which is a single voice coil, which means that subwoofer pretty much has one voice coil, so it's going to have one positive and negative terminal on there. Okay, so we're going to say that each one of these are 4 ohms, and basically suppose that these subwoofers can take, I don't know, say about 500 watts RMS each, which is continuous power. If you want to bring those down to 2 ohms so you can receive 1,000 watts RMS from your amplifier, you're going to want to wire those in parallel. And what parallel is positive to positive, negative to negative, and you'll jump off here and have one positive and one negative. Basically, when you wire in parallel, 4 and 4, just divide 4 by 2, and there you go. So pretty much it's going to be half of the total when you wire 2 single voice coils in parallel. Now suppose these were dual voice coils and you bought an amplifier that could do, say, 2,000 watts at 1 ohm, and so you went ahead and decided to buy 2 subwoofers that could take 1,000 watts each, and that added together will equal your 2,000 watt RMS output of your amplifier. But both of these subwoofers are 4 ohms. Basically what that is you're saying that you've got 4 ohms on that voice coil, 4 on that one, 4 on that one, and 4 on that one. So first things first is you want to wire the subwoofer's voice coils in parallel. Positive to positive and negative to negative, giving you positive and negative at 2 ohms. Same thing on this one. You'll now have 2 ohms on this voice coil. You'd want to then wire those two in parallel, giving you 1 ohm. Suppose you want to go with a quad setup. Sorry, I went a little messy here. And suppose you got a new gen amplifier that can handle a 1/2 ohm. Basically what you would want to do is the same thing you did on the last one. A set of 2. You want to wire those voice coils together. And that would, once you wire these 2 in parallel, you'll be left with 1 ohm. Basically what I'm doing is pretty much knocking it down by 2 for every parallel connection that I make. And you went ahead and did the same thing for your other 2 on your quad setup. So now you're left with 2 1 ohm connections. Each one has a positive and negative. Wire them down together, and you're left with 1/2 ohm. Now, very rarely will you ever go down to a 1/2 ohm. But suppose, or pretty much when you drop the resistance of the subwoofers go into the amplifier, you're going to get an increase in wattage. However, this increase in wattage is less efficient. When you're going in series, we'll say this is a dual voice coil 2 ohm subwoofer, and you went ahead and bought a nicer amp that could do 500 watts at 4 ohms, you would and you wanted that to match up with your subwoofer at 4 ohms, but you bought a 2 ohm, you just simply want to wire it in series, positive to negative, giving you 4 ohms, because you added each 2 ohm voice coil together. Pretty much that's all there is to subwoofers. Subwoofers, there's really no math you ever need to do with resistance. It's either knock it down in half or add the two numbers together.